Hello everybody, Captain Marty here on Monday, July the 13th. A lot of stuff to talk about in the fishing report. Some of it is good, some of it is not so good. We do have one Gold Star catch offshore to talk about, which I'm really happy to do. Love those offshore Gold Star catches. I'll be back in just a moment and I'll fill you in on all the details.
At Fishing Unlimited on the Nags Head Manio Causeway, not only can you get stocked up with all the bait, tackle, and amenities necessary to fish, but you can also be your own captain. That's right. At Fishing Unlimited, you can rent one of their spacious pontoon boats to go fishing, crabbing, dolphin watching, or just to cruise the Roanoke Sound. It's family fun at its finest. Half-day and full-day rentals are available. Be your own captain at Fishing Unlimited on the Nags Head Manio Causeway. Ready to ride in style? At KDH Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at milepost 5.5 on the bypass in Kill Devil Hills, we're more than just a dealership. We're the island dealer that deals. Check out jaw-dropping deals on new and pre-owned Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler models. The island dealer that deals has the wheels you need and the deals you'll love. Check out our inventory at Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.com. KDH Outer Banks Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram at milepost 5.5 on the bypass in Kill Devil Hills. We're the island dealer that deals.
So the Hatteras fleet, again, the report doesn't change much from day to day right now for them. They're having pretty good dolphin fishing, mostly bailers, dolphin, mahi, 5 to 8 pound average, but numerous around grass, and you come up with a day pretty quick. They have almost a guarantee and a lock-in on the blackfin tuna. Don't really understand that completely, but I know they have a spot over some rocks out in the deep that they like to go, and they can just about guarantee you they're going to catch you some blackfin tuna. A few wahoo in the catches, a few billfish in the catches, just an all-round kind of pick away and come home with a flag or two in the rigger and box full of nice eating fish on the dock, which is great. And their nearshore boats are doing good on a combination of triggerfish, a few drum, a few bluefish, some Spanish mackerel, and even a few king mackerel yesterday. So that's pretty good, actually, for that type of fishing. It's a shorter day, usually a half-day trip. To me, it offers some of the best opportunity for people that are not as hardy as to want to do an all-day, 12-hour trip to the Gulf Stream. All right, let's get to our Gold Star catch. The bill fishing was really good in the Oregon Inlet fleet. For those that wanted it yesterday, my old dock partner, Arch on the Pelican out of the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Sailfish bite was on for him. He didn't catch just 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or even 15. He caught 18 sailfish yesterday. And, man, that is a great day of bill fishing. Not surprising because Arch is a heck of a bill fisherman. The day before yesterday, he caught 2 blues and 5 or 6 more sailfish. And I'm going to tell you something, he's the hit man. If you have it on your bucket list that you would like to catch a billfish, he's the guy you want to try to get. He's one of many good ones in the fleet, but Arch he loves billfishing. He directs charters this time of year to know that that's primarily what you'll be fishing for. And when you go out and catch 18 in a day, that says a lot right there. Pelican Arch, and you can see him at the fishing center. He's my old dock partner. Dolphin fishing a little bit slower because the grass sounded like it moved out of the area, but there were still a few caught. Meat fishing, though, they do what they all do, just like the guys in Hatteras. They go to Plan B. So the Plan B was tile fish. They also had some great catches of blackfin tuna. I saw Benner Parks on the smoker with a hog killing of tuna. There was several wahoo caught in the fleet, a scattered yellowfin tuna. So, and a few tilefish. I think I already mentioned that. But anyway, it was pretty good on the meat. You got to remember, July, it can be very hit or miss. Weather's usually better, but the fishing can be great, and you can also get skunked in July. So it's just a matter of, pick until you come up with your day. Surf fishing and pier fishing, not a whole lot to talk about to change. It's just a pick on, mostly on Spanish mackerel and bluefish just about everywhere. A decent bite north of the hotels in Buxton yesterday on the Spanish and blues. Some pompano and sea mullet down at Ramp 38. And really that was kind of what it was everywhere. Just about anywhere you went, you could get to croaker or a spot. If you're very lucky, a pompano. We're not seeing a whole lot of puppy drum right now or anything else. Spanish and blues are the meat and potatoes of July fishing. And again, just like everything else, we're happy for it. Water temperature, only one I got yesterday was for D'Anthony Pier is at 79 degrees. They're mid-range, so that's a good one to see where we're at with our temperature in the surf. And they had a nice variety, not big numbers, but they had spot, flounder, amberjack, bluefish, and Spanish mackerel. So all of that really good to know. Thanks to Tony Lombardi of WalkingAngler.com for passing this information along to me. That's a great site to go to see what your fishing opportunities are if you're wanting to go fishing but don't have a boat. That's WalkingAngler.com. We'll take a little break. I'll come back and talk to you about what's going on the other side of the islands in the backcountry in just a moment.
Stock up and cast out with Soundside Sporting Goods in Columbia, your one-stop fishing headquarters right off of Highway 64. From fresh mullet and fresh bait to brands like Fish Bites, Strike King, Gulp, Zoom, Mirror and Bass Lures galore, they've got the gear to keep the lines tight and the coolers full. Need new fishing line? They'll re-spool your reels and get you back on the water fast. With rods, reels, waders, buoy boots, and a full-service tackle shop ready to roll, this is the spot anglers trust before the next big bite. Visit them online at SoundsideSportingGoods.com. Soundside Sporting Goods. I mean, why go anywhere else?
So we've got our fleet spread out a lot of places, by the way. A number of our boats are over in Bermuda right now. In case you're wondering about that, if you went to the sea buoy at Oregon Inlet and put your boat heading at 120 degrees, so you figured out 90 degrees is due east. So it would be east-southeast heading, something like that, roughly 120 degrees. And you put her up on a slow cruise, just let the boat break out onto a plane to save fuel. In 598 miles, you would come to the sea buoy in Bermuda. And that's a long way across that ocean. And right now, we have a dozen or more boats from Morehead City and Oregon Inlet that are over there fishing. And the blue marlin fishing is really good. Bull Tolson on the Sea Toy is one of them. And he's whacking them. But back to the backcountry. So in the backcountry, it's slow going. Tough fishing. I don't like to do the Chamber of Commerce stuff, but it is really tough fishing. Even the guys that are really good at it are having to scrap, literally. The only thing that's a little bit better in the fishing report is the wade fishing on the back of Hatteras Island. You can get a bite doing that. You might get a puppy drum. That's one place where there is a puppy drum bite. But trout fishing, really slow. You might get a bluefish back there, and you might even find a stray Spanish mackerel or a sheephead. I did talk to Captain Ben Brown and Camille. Ben is the captain of the Miss Oregon Inlet. Camille is his first mate. Anyway, I saw them in church yesterday, and he mentioned that the sound fishing trips are a little bit on the challenging side, spots and croakers, some flounder, things like that. But they are running 3 ocean trips a week. I didn't know that. I thought it was 1 a week. 3 times a week, they do like a 5-hour trip into the ocean, and they are catching sea bass and triggerfish, things of that nature. I think that trip is $75 per person, and it's really a great value, and it's, I think, a 5-hour trip. So maybe go by and talk to them at the Miss Oregon Inlet. Obviously, at the Miss Oregon Inlet is at the Fishing Center. Talk to Captain Ben or Camille or any of their staff. You can see what is biting and how their trips are scheduled. And that's all I have for you today. That's my roundup. Glad to keep seeing these showers coming and going. Crops are at a critical stage now in the ag areas. So a little rain goes a long ways, and it won't hurt the fish. They're already wet. So go out and wet a line. You're not going to catch them in the motel room. And be sure that you let the good Lord bless you richly today.